In the heart of the vast African savanna, surrounded by towering baobab trees and golden plains that shimmered under the sun, lay the village of Isioma. The people of Isioma were known for their artistry, wisdom, and harmony with the land. Yet, their story spoke most vividly of one extraordinary event, the birth of Nkem, whose beauty was both a blessing and a curse. Nkem was born during the harmattan season when the dry wind blew from the north, carrying whispers of ancient tales. On the night of her birth, the moon glowed brighter than ever, casting its silver light over the village. Elders interpreted the celestial sign as a message from the gods. A child born under such a moonlight, they said, is destined for greatness or doom. From infancy, Nkem was unlike any other child. Her skin gleamed like polished ebony, smooth and flawless as the river stones. Her eyes sparkled like the first morning dew kissed by sunlight. Her hair curled in perfect spirals, black as a raven's wing, and her smile could light up the darkest night. As Nkem grew, so did her beauty. By the time she turned 12, her presence began to command attention. The villagers whispered in awe and envy, often pausing their chores just to catch a glimpse of her. She is not just a child, said Mama Ijeoma, the village herbalist. She is a mirror of the divine. But such beauty must be handled with care, or it will shatter under its own weight. By the time Nkem turned 18, her beauty had become legendary. People traveled from distant lands just to behold her. The village square brimmed with merchants, warriors, and chiefs hoping to court her. They brought gifts of gold, rare gemstones, and exotic animals, laying them at the feet of her humble hut. But Nkem's beauty became a burden. She could not fetch water from the stream without being followed. She could not sit beneath the shade of the baobab tree without strangers gawking. Even her childhood friends grew distant, their laughter replaced by whispers of jealousy. Nkem often sought solace in her mother, Ngozi, who was wise and nurturing. "Mama," she once said, her voice heavy with sorrow, "why must beauty feel like a prison?" Ngozi cupped her daughter's face. "My child," she said, "beauty is like fire. It can warm hearts, but it can also burn. Use it wisely, and never let it define you." But no wisdom could shield Nkem from what was to come. Her beauty had begun to stir envy and obsession in hearts that were weak. Among Nkem's many suitors was Obiora, the proud son of a neighboring chief. He was known for his wealth and cunning but also for his arrogance. When Nkem refused his proposal, he was humiliated. "You will regret this," he spat, his voice laced with venom. No one rejects Obiora. Obiora's anger festered, turning into a dark obsession. He conspired to ruin Nkem, whispering lies into the ears of those in the village. "She is too perfect," he said. "No human can be that beautiful without the aid of dark magic." At first, the villagers dismissed Obiora's claims, but as droughts and failed harvests plagued Isioma, his words gained traction. "Perhaps she is cursed," some murmured. "Perhaps her beauty offends the gods." Obiora seized the opportunity, approaching the village elders. "The gods are angry," he declared. "And they demand a sacrifice. If we do not act, our village will fall into ruin." The elders, fearful and superstitious, summoned Nkem to the Mori house, where decisions of great importance were made. Nkem stood before them, her head held high despite the weight of the accusations. "You are accused of bringing misfortune upon our land," said Chief Udo, his voice trembling. "We must cleanse our village, or the gods will punish us further." Nkem's heart shattered. "I have done no wrong," she said, tears streaming down her face. My only crime is being born as I am. Will you banish me for a gift I never chose? But her words fell on deaf ears. That evening, Nkem was exiled from Isioma. Her mother wept bitterly, clutching her daughter one last time. The gods see you, my child, Ngozi whispered. They will not abandon you. Nkem left the village, her shadow long against the setting sun. She walked into the wilderness, her beauty now a beacon for danger. The wilderness was harsh and unforgiving. Nkem braved sweltering heat, torrential rains, and prowling predators. Yet, her spirit remained unbroken. She found shelter in caves, drank from streams, and survived on wild fruits. One fateful day, she encountered an old woman named Edeora living alone in the forest. Edeora was a wise seer, her heart adorned with charms and talismans. You carry a heavy burden, child, Edeora said upon seeing her. Tell me your story. Nkem poured out her heart, and Edeora listened with kind eyes. Beauty is often misunderstood, Edeora said. But within every curse lies a blessing. Stay with me, and I will teach you the ways of the earth. Under Edeora's guidance, Nkem learned the secrets of the forest. She became skilled in healing, crafting medicines from leaves and roots. She discovered her voice, singing songs that brought peace to troubled souls. Her beauty, once a source of pain, began to reflect her inner strength. The wilderness that stretched beyond Isioma was a place of mystery and peril. To the villagers, it was a realm inhabited by spirits, prowling beasts, and untamed forces of nature. For Nkem, it became her new reality, a vast expanse of harsh terrain she had to navigate alone. Her first days were the hardest. The scorching sun blistered her skin during the day, and the bitter cold gnawed at her bones at night. She wore only the thin cloth she had on when she was exiled, and her feet quickly blistered from walking barefoot on the rough ground. Hunger clawed at her stomach, and thirst turned her throat to sandpaper. But Nkem was not a woman who gave up easily. Despite the pain and the loneliness, she pressed forward. She remembered her mother's advice: strength lies not in what you are given, but in what you do with what you have.